We're gonna watch an episode of Barnwood Builders. I've never seen it.
I've seen like 2 or 3. When we first started doing this, people were like, have you seen Barnwood Builders? Barnwood Builders? Yeah.
Well, we got it.
Nah.
Barnwood Builders reclaim and restore 18th and 19th century log homes.
And this really isn't going to be us criticizing them. Probably going to be mostly us criticizing ourselves.
Remember that one lady who commented on our YouTube video? You are not the Barnwood Builders.
Yeah. Oh.
And we're like, we ain't. We definitely ain't.
Yeah.
We've made our mistakes and still are making them.
That is a booyah.
Let's go!
Awesome.
All right, we're gonna watch Barnwood Builders, season 8, episode 11.
Good neighbors.
Good neighbors.
Like State Farm.
Like State Farm.
What's up, buddy?
Man, I drove all the way down here and you got me into this.
Dang.
Well,
That thing
got a
is
little
That's
project.
leaning.
dilapidated.
The Barnwood Builders are taking something down,
Something like that.
putting something up,
Pick it. Go bad, easy.
and getting to know their new neighbors. There's bound to be a whole lot of fun.
They got it figured out.
Falling down barns in Texas.
I believe that thing needs a V8, don't it?
Should have had a V8.
The name of the game is to get this on the ground, save some of the metal, save as much barnwood as we can, and then let's get back over to the boneyard.
Pause.
So when we were first starting the thought process of even getting into this barn dismantling thing, of course you remember the first barn owner that we actually approached. It kind of looks similar to this one. But do you remember, this is how naive we were. Do you remember that those, 3 doors? Did we buy 3 doors?
Bought 3 doors for
And-
$20.
For $20.
You were gonna spend $100.
And that's the story I'm trying to get to. The guy looks at us, we're looking at the doors. He's like, I got these doors. This guy, he said he was going to come by and buy them. And this guy who was renting really had no right to sell the doors to us.
No.
But we were naive, like I said. So he's like, what? I have no idea what they're worth. You guys know far more than me about this. And we're looking at each other like we don't know jack. And he says, go ahead and just make an offer. I won't be offended. And I'm thinking, $100.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're thinking.
I was talking
Or any
myself
bar
up.
business.
I was literally talking myself up. I was like,
Gonna say.
probably started at 75, and then I was like, nah, we gotta go 100. I don't want to offend this guy. And then I'm like, 200 maybe. Like, I just thought Barnwood was like precious metal, dude. Elias comes in and looks at him and goes, $20.
And you're like,
I was like, I was terrified. And the guy's
Sold.
like, yep, sure. Yeah, just like that.
it was great.
Yeah.
But we thought we absolutely hit the jackpot.
We were, we
We're
thought
like,
that
these things are gonna be tabletops next week.
Yeah.
I think we sold one of them, and then probably
We-
the other was sitting in storage somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think none of us getting in that one.
Yeah, I don't want to get in there. I don't think any of us should.
Remember feeling that?
You don't want to come up and take a look at it. It's different than what we have back home.
What is it?
It's a lot thinner. I can't even tell, man.
I'm just looking at this grain to see if I can tell what kind of wood it is. I think it's pine.
I think it is too.
Oh,
Yes! Yes!
you talking about the Amish guy?
Yes!
So it was our third barn.
Yeah.
So this was the Weinmiller barn up in
Northeast Iowa.
Northeast Iowa. This was a guy he was a dad of a guy we played football with, and we didn't know it was our first timber frame. We didn't know like what we were getting into.
Oh no, we had no idea.
We're like, I don't even know what kind of wood this is.
Yeah.
Look, maybe it's pine. I don't know.
Yep.
And I kind of.
I didn't even know what the difference between hardwood and softwood was. Which, I mean, we do now.
We do, yeah. But we didn't know, and neither did this guy. So he's like, well, I got an Amish buddy I'll bring over.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he's looking around. He's like, well, it looks like probably white oak. Probably white oak or spruce.
Yep.
And he's like, but I'm not sure. And So he gets up to one, and he takes a little pocket knife out, cuts a sliver off, smells it,
Just like this.
smells it, and then there's a little taste.
Doesn't taste nice.
It's like, what does it taste like?
I know what it tastes like. Butter.
Now I do, yeah.
Like butter.
He knew it.
Yeah, he knew.
And he goes, oh yeah, that's white oak.
But then remember that one beam that he kept going back to? He's like, that's just not white oak. I don't know what that is.
I can't tell you.
That's the one that
Was
we
it?
have in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the beam.
It's spruce.
It's spruce, yeah.
Anyway.
Beautiful.
So we thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And this guy was some sort of like Aragorn in
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
like putting his ear to the ground. And,
He tasted it several times. Like,
Yeah.
He probably could have just done it once. Oh, blood. Anyway.
yeah. But
We're not
it's
making
the
it
thing to
very
do
far
now.
on this.
What's that?
We're not making it very far.
No.
Look how long this tree has been here. It has grown up through the gate. That tree might be the only thing holding everything up.
It's a natural beam.
Down that tree, the whole barn might fall.
You know, some of this stuff right here is going to go down to the boneyard because David is making a sign that we're going to hang for him down there. He's going to use some of the metal, some of the wood.
With barns like this, I feel like you gotta really, like they're really doing their neighbors a favor. Because you really gotta ask yourself, like, what's my time worth, you know?
Yeah.
Sherman makes some strategic cuts.
That's a good way of doing it. Except for that.
How did they do that? They just cut the bottom?
At the bottom. Right above the last nail.
That is a good way to do it. Tear out the whole wall?
Noted.
Well, I'm gonna get Johnny right here with the forks, and I'm gonna pop this beam, break it right here, and hopefully it'll let this come this way and let this come this way.
Been there before. You think something's gonna fall a certain way and it doesn't?
We've been there before.
We'll see if the story leads
Yeah.
there. Let's see how these guys.
Well, they've got heavy
Yeah,
machinery.
heavy machinery. We had
They got a
pole.
telehandler on site.
These old sheds are tough. They look like they're getting ready to fall down, but sometimes it takes a lot of effort to get them actually to fall.
Man, if we would have discovered using one of
so
those,
much easier.
I was just gonna say, if we would have discovered one of those earlier on,
Yeah.
saved us a lot of heartache. They're not saving much.
Nah.
Even the tin. The tin's a little too rusty anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to save me that wood on the inside? With 20 seconds into the round, Johnny gave him the old KO.
Oh, they're taking tongues, brother. Do you have a bike helmet on?
Did he?
No, it was a hard hat, probably. Should we tell the bike helmet?
Yeah,
All right.
brought it up.
All right, we're pausing. So it's our first barn.
First ever barn.
Pretty dilapidated.
It's not the barn that we originally approached the farmer about.
Yeah, no.
It's where we bought the two doors.
We wouldn't be here today if we did.
Yeah, we would have died. But it was a different barn. People heard our ambitions,
Yep.
and they hit us up, and they said, "We got a barn for you."
Yeah.
All right, let her drop. Woo! Yes, that's a nice piece.
It was pretty caved in on some spots.
Uh-huh.
And we took all the siding off pretty good, feeling pretty good about it. Got a lot of wood out of it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna drop this thing, we're gonna cut these outside.
Hold on, you remember when we went up to look at the barn, and we didn't have insurance. We didn't even have a true business. We didn't have an
Yeah.
LLC. We were just two guys who wanted to take down the barn.
She goes,
And-
"Oh, hold on, do you guys have insurance?" And you're like,
Life insurance.
she goes, "Oh, good."
they thought that was fine, and then I went up to that little post. I took out my pocket knife, and I looked at it. I was like,
Oh.
Elias,
Look, the end of this.
it's old growth.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. I
Look how
just
tight
knew
the
about,
rings are.
I knew about old growth and new growth lumber. I was just learning about that.
Yeah. So we get the thing, and it's kind of sitting on the middle of it. There's some beams on the inside. We're like, oh, this thing's gonna fall over on its own. It's
Yeah.
gonna blow in the wind, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Pull.
We were trying to cut some outside posts, and
With-
that wasn't really going
with
anywhere.
an axe.
It was an axe. So we did an axe. We're like, oh, we should probably be safer. So we strapped on some bike helmets.
There's another part.
You loosened it.
This was so freaking embarrassing. And they were like, we told them the barn's coming down today.
Yeah, and they're out there watching it. They're like, yeah, we think it's about to fall. So they're watching us. And we stand up, we get the pole, put it on our hip, and like have it on the peak of the barn, and we're like, trying to get our hips into it, and the whole building's shaking.
Nice, making a little contraption.
It did not go anywhere.
We tore out every single exterior stud in that barn.
We just didn't have an understanding of how
We didn't know. We didn't understand the structure, how things were built, and how they're held
We
together.
sat there for hours with this pole.
Yeah. And then we straight up did not get that barn down on our own.
No.
Noah's grandpa had to come with a backhoe and knock it down.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing.
There's no substitute for a crowbar and a strong back.
Right. That's right.
Remember our first crowbars?
Yes.
We had just like a flat bar.
Flat bar, this big.
We just didn't even. All it takes is going to Menards and finding something better.
We didn't know.
2 years ago, there wasn't nearly this much cardio. And
I feel you there, brother.
there was a lot less gray.
Been doing this for 20 years. That's impressive. Yeah. That's cool, man.
Whichever makes you feel comfortable.
Boy, we recently had a YouTube viewer tell us, I've never seen anybody in more need of a skid loader.
Yeah, multiple people actually.
Amen.
Yeah, amen to that.
Each vertical section, called a vent, needs to be assembled on the ground,
Yep.
secured with wooden pegs,
That's sweet.
That is so cool.
and lifted into place with a crane.
Lifted into place with a crane.
Or if you're Amish, with 45 Amish guys.
I'm really anxious to see two of them standing up. We create that box, I'll feel a lot better. Until that box is made, you know, this thing could fall apart. Our pegs might not hold. I mean, the world could end. You just never know.
Got the eternal mindset.
Yep.
They connect the vents with cross pieces called girts.
Girt is basically what you nail the boxing to.
But until the first two vents are connected,
Come on, Tim, come up.
they use a vertical support called tim.
I can't stretch out. That's all I got.
Man, it seems like they've got a lot of experience on this team. Just a lot of guys that have been doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm. How many parts of a timber frame can you name?
Bunch.
You start.
Is this like name that tune?
Yeah.
I can answer
It's got to be
this
an
in
alphabet.
3 notes.
It's got to be an alphabetical order too.
What?
Rafter,
Collar tie,
purlin,
scarf joint.
shiplap.
How about a tie?
How about a tie brace?
How about a tenon?
How about
Sounds like a fun game.
Yeah.
A tag?
how about the marker?
How about the for sale sign?
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, that's right.
Bow. I love that mallet. That is so cool. You know, I bet you it would just putting together these structures would make it so much easier to actually take them down because you just understand the structure that much more.
Cable down just a little.
No such luck. The second top plate takes a lot of convincing.
That's a big
crowbar.
timber.
A chainsaw, a ratchet strap,
Jeez.
beetle,
Vincent.
and some good old-fashioned teamwork.
You really need a team for this.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a two-man job.
No.
Every piece of cladding and trim in this hall was handcrafted in Larry's workshop.
So this is where all the miracles happen.
He doesn't even have like all the nicest stuff.
Yeah. You really, a lot of these old timers, you look at their shops like when they've either died or they're retiring, and they've got some pretty simple machinery. They just know the craft so well.
Looks good.
The letter of the day, kids, is A for awesome.
And this kind of makes me want to start doing the building stuff.
I know, dude.
It's like another aspect of like saving the history, you know?
It's a whole nother level to it.
Stay tuned.
Hint, hint.
This is going up the same way as the barn did.
You want to start on this far side so he doesn't have to lift over? It's an A for Abe. This is old honest Abes Cabin.
Now that needs to be started flush over your log.
We need to hire some people, Ezra.
I know. That is one of our 3-year kind of goal things.
We'll start accepting applications.
In 3 years. Put yours in and we'll consider it. In 3 years.
Need some long bearded southern folk.
That's right. We need just some red necks. We're gonna check. That's gonna be a box on the application.
Yeah.
Is your neck red? It will be checked in the interview process.
Because that's just totally what we embody.
No, it's not what we embody.
But we need that.
But that's what we need.
We need that.
Do you chew tobacco or smoke a pipe?
The Abraham Lincoln Cabin has a new porch, and it's ready for its most important transformation.
From this to that.
They made that in one day, you think?
You dug it.
You think so?
Yeah.
That looks awesome. Man, how cool is that? I'm gonna have a little old goosebump on that.
If we just start bawling. It's so beautiful!
You know what they should do for like the reveal? You know how like that one show way back in the day it used to be like,
Move that bus!
They should just build like some crappy barn structure and just
pull
say,
it over.
Demo that barn! And just come in and dust everywhere.
And then the debris goes into the new building and destroys it.
Yes. It's just a reveal like no other.
Or dynamite.
Dynamite. Yeah.
That was a pretty good show.
Barnwood Builders?
Well done.
Well done, Mark Bowe. You've started something and you've brought it unto completion, sir.
Jeez, eh?
You know,
we got a ways to go.
Sometimes it's kind of depressing because it's like, how do we get this thing going?
Right?
We can do it. We just gotta keep grinding and learning.
I bet they didn't waste their dang time sitting on a chair watching our guys on YouTube.
You gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. But yeah, overall I thought it was a good show. I mean, I've seen it, like I said, I've seen like 3 or 4 episodes. Good show.
Ebert.
Very, very entertaining. You know, there's this new phrase that's going around the interwebs called edutainment. It's like entertainment with education. Yeah, that's kind of what that was. It was educational entertainment.
Do you remember what the structural pieces were for the timber frame?
Burr.
Wedge?
I don't remember.
Already forgot.
We need to take notes.
More tainment than edu.
YouTube TV, I need it back on. We had to rent this for $1.99 standard definition.
Well, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like and a share and a subscribe and hit the dinger bell for notifications on our newest videos. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, give us a Yelp review, check us out on
our upcoming website that this man is supposed to be working on.
Yeah, I think I started that last spring.
Yeah, it was tough.
You have chips in your beard.
We're done.
We're done. That's
I'll talk to you later.
That's all
Thank
we
you
get.
for watching.